details on that one.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Oh, shit.
But I know it had big turbos and custom intercoolers and all kinds of crazy work done to it, water meth injection, and so it must have been pretty decent.
Yeah, probably a lot that it needs, and it's modernized at least. But
Yeah.
I don't know, water injection probably, it's kind of wild.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild. If anything now, you have the 85, everyone just doesn't cheat and use that.
Oh, yeah.
But what do you specifically do at Fluid?
So it's, I'm kind of a jack of all trades there. So I'm the service manager, but I also do dyno tuning, and then creative stuff as well. So we have a YouTube channel that we're trying to like kick off.
Trying to get back together.
Yeah, we've had it for a long time, but never really like put the consistent effort into getting videos out every week.
Okay.
But as of the past couple months, we've been like really pushing that. So I write the scripts for that, brainstorm creative stuff for that. We have a full-time videographer that works for us, so he takes care of all the shooting. But that's kind of how I had started there, was actually for media stuff.
Okay.
So I did
just
Instagram and stuff, and then it just kind of snowballed into everything else.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your favorite car that you've dynoed?
Favorite car that we've dynoed? Ooh.
Or top three, if you can't specify one.
Yeah.
Top three.
Probably we built this W204 C63 AMG that had it's like built motor, built trans, Y-stack blower, nitrous, pretty much everything you could do to it. We did like a Black Series wide body kit, but that car actually was making so much power it was doing like rolling burnouts on the dyno, which was pretty crazy to see. It's the only time I've ever seen that of all the stuff that we've done. So that thing was pretty crazy.
That's good.
Yeah.
And now, Brandon, I'm calling you out now.
Oh, gosh.
Well, how about you? Have you been to Fluid yourself?
I have multiple times, yeah, just to go visit Donnie and stuff. And then they have all those open houses with Iron Gate. I'll go visit him and see all those crazy cars that they got.
Okay. What would be your favorite car? Did you go when they dynoed anything at all, or no?
No, I didn't go when they dynoed anything, but Donnie has to like do test drives for customer cars sometimes, so he'll always like stop by the house and like pull up and then be like, "Hey, it was on my way. What's up?" And Donnie, I remember we were driving on 59 in the C5. It's got like a marble livery on it, and it sounds insane. And these two E92 M3s pulled up on us and started revving at me, and I was just like, "You're really trying to race my bag cement?" And I was like, and they saw Donnie up ahead, and then Donnie and I were just like cruising, going like 40 miles an hour, just enjoying the summer night. And all of a sudden, they blip past, and then they slow down when they see Donnie, get next to him, and they egg him on and egg him on. And then Donnie downshifts just to like make noise, and then they like all went quiet. They just went behind him. That probably had to be like the best part.
They were like, we don't want to do this. Not right now. This ain't it.
But coming from like having a Honda and only having a 4-cylinder, anything with like a V8, that like V8 with a blower, V8 LS twin turbo, like it gets me. It gets me excited.
That's for sure. What would you, if you didn't have your Honda, what cars would you lean to?
Probably BMW. Something along the lines of it being either their E92 M3 or if F80s dropped in price, I'd probably try to snag an F80.
F80s, bro. I'm not a hater of F80s, but I'm tired of the crackle, the pop every 5 minutes.
Yeah,
it's
the
like
whole crackle stuff. And
it's like you have an inline 6, but like that's
hey,
not
inline
healthy.
6 is RB6 or RB26. They
different. That's different.
They're different.
They just did it naturally.
Yeah.
These guys are putting burble tunes in them to do it. It's like, hey, I get it. You want everybody to notice you, but
they gotta know you're a BMW driver, man.
Oh my God. I know you want how them oil changes looking, how that light look, information light pops up. Hey, bro, I'm tired. I'm tired of them. It's a lot. It's a lot.
It is a lot, but
because if it's not them, it's the Supra, the newer Supra,
the
B58.
Yeah.
Because that's everyone's favorite. Oh, B58. I do this.
B58 the world now. They're saying.
Secondary fuel injection. Oh, here we go, guys. Tune. how's your PCM looking though? Like, is it still locked or did it brick yet? If you're lucky. Shout out to Bosch. I know they're haters. But man, you say BMW. What would be the second one? Any nostalgia cars, really?
Nostalgia cars, it'd have to be an R32 GTR.
Over an R34.
Oh, that's gonna be like the most controversial thing. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of R34s. I like the smallness of the R32.
Really?
And the R34s just because like everybody wants one.
Yeah.
Paul Walker and everything, but they're cool cars. I love them, but like if I had the choice between R32 or R34, it'd be an R32. There's just something about them.
You don't feel bad. I'm more of an R33 guy myself.
That's my least favorite one.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I think it's because they didn't really have as much draw to them.
Yeah.
Then
I think it's the rear ends for me on the R33s.
Yeah, and they're kind of like that. They're a bit hogs, a little bit. Yeah. They're a little bit not too big.
They're like the little piggies of the GTRs.
Because it's like they're nice, but you're not getting R32 or R34 from them. But the original R31 is, that car's grown on me a lot lately. I think it's because I'm getting old. But I think it's kind of the reason. They're just grown on me. Because you don't see them. And when you do, they're usually pristine. Or the owner never drives it because he's worried about it.
That's how I feel NSXs are getting. A lot of people who own them, I feel like they keep them garage kept most of the time in stock, and they don't realize their full potential. But shout out to Benji. He's actually kind of localish to me. I'm sure you've seen it. It's on the Gold VSXs.
Yeah. No, Benji's
Dude, I always see his car, and it's just, I love that he just drives it all the time, and he just enjoys the car what it's meant to be.
But because he does.
The NSX would be another nostalgia car for me.
Yeah.
Just coming from a Honda kid.
Yeah.
Honda kid at heart, but.
But shit, it works. How about you, Donnie? What would you say?
For which question?
What top three? I'm about to say Brandon had three. He said BMW, and he had the two nostalgia cars. What would you say? What would you say nostalgia car wise?
Nostalgia car wise, that's tough. I'd probably have to go with the OG Supra, just because it's so iconic. I've always, that was like one of the cars that got me into cars, back in the day. So I think that would be a cool one to.
Inlines are the car. Inlines are just the dominant car.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Yeah. But like top cars for me are definitely Porsches. I love. We've built a lot of them at work, so I've gotten to see, what they do in person. And yeah, like the 991 GT3 RS and the new ones too are really crazy. But those 991s, a car that flat, flat six that revs out to 9K. It's just crazy. That sounds insane.
You can't beat it. You can't beat it.
That's like of all the cars that I've gotten to drive too. That's the most fun for sure. Like even though it's not the fastest, but that's the most fun. Is it driver's car?
Would you say it's the most connected?
Yeah. I feel like it's just the Porsche focuses so much on the driving experience that it just feels so like planted and perfect. It's all around really good engineering.
Man, it's a reason why we see a lot of them.
Yeah.
I don't think 911s will ever kind of get that. Oh, we're kind of hitting their peak and they've kind of dropped off. I think we're always going to see them just stay stagnant across the board.
Yeah.
I don't see it dropping.
No, I don't think so. Not anytime soon. Especially with the new stuff that they're putting out too. Yeah. It's like it keeps getting better and better somehow.
Yeah, but I'm kind of worried, just a little bit. Not worried about Porsche, but what are they doing with everything going EV and hybridification? Are they going to change the 911s into? Yeah. Are they going to be kind of that
hybrid?
Yeah, are they going to be that balance?
Yeah, I mean, I'd hope not, but that kind of seems the direction everyone's headed. Yeah. I'm sure it's going to get there eventually, but it's just a matter of how much time we have left.
Yeah, I don't like hearing that.
Yeah,
I think Honda, they were like saying they're like 2032, they're going to be full EV.
Yeah, but Honda's kind of already been.
They're bringing the Prelude back as an EV.
Yeah,
but it's EV.
It's an EV, but I'm not I'm not like hateful of EVs, but I'm curious as into where performance wise, where can they handle the stress over time? Not really just it could do this and the number, do this and do that. Can it handle the climates of the Midwest? Can it handle, tires going through like every other session and stuff like that? Is it gonna be able to do it in the long run?
Like heat dissipation and like cooling of the batteries and everything, and how long they last.
Yeah, Laguna Seca and like tracks like that heat stress is going to stress it out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like if it survives it, okay, it survived this one session. But say for instance we take it to like a grid life session across the globe, when is that car going to break? And how is it going to break? It's going to be like a good break, okay, it's not too bad. It's kind of good that we attack this early, versus a bad break, as in the car's down for the rest of the season, and we can't get back to it.
Yeah, or could be a battery issue when those batteries
get too cold.
They're not heavy. They're not. They do not like it.
Yeah.
At least with like the Tesla Plaids. I've seen a few videos of Tesla Plaids being out on the track, and I think it's Gingerman. And I think he was about 20 minutes into the session, and he started getting warning light. And it just started popping up.
Yeah.
It's like high battery voltage. Car shuts off mid-track.
Yeah.
And they tried to go tow it, which I guess some Teslas you can't initially get them to roll. I guess it's a safety feature.
Lock up.
Yeah, so it's like they're like sitting there swinging it back and forth. And I'm like, this is hilarious, like watching this. But as cars are like passing by them on the track, the owner's locked in there. He's like, yeah, I don't know what to do. So, but he admitted to like it wasn't his first session of it doing it. He said it did it twice before at different tracks. But it was only when his temps were up. He said he would start seeing like 170, 180, which is kind of like normal temps in a car. But then it shot to like 240. And then it started really acting funny. Like he said his wipers randomly came on too. It was funny, but it's informational too. It kind of here.
Yeah, just because like I just don't think they're made for that. As much as like Elon would like push it to be like, I have the fastest production car ever. And it being the Plaid, like, sure, it's like the fastest, but does it, like you said, genuinely hold up to like, if a car enthusiast were to buy this car and want to track it and put its power down onto the pavement, can it hold up to those standards? Can it keep doing that multiple times?
I don't honestly think it will. I think in time it'll probably start to deal with the same issues that we have with the combustibles. They'll start breaking and shit that's not supposed to break is gonna break. And then it's like, okay, what do we do? What's a quick fix to the system? Can it band-aid it? But what's our long-term fix for it too? I don't think it's still kind of in its infancy though. So I think that's really where a lot of the problems are coming in, and some owners are being very ambitious about. I can admit, like, I want to buy this up and take it on a track. Yeah, I don't think that's how that works. But like, you got to give yourself a break-in process. A little bit. Yeah. But a lot of them just don't care. It's just like, look, I paid this money for it. I need it to perform.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, at least do your research first before you do it. Or at least try. But what would you say, another thing, car show wise, what was your favorite car show from this, I would say this past season? I'm saying this past season, guys, because like 2023 is not gone yet, but this past season, what would you say your favorite shows were? I'm not going to have you do it in the top 3, 4, but does it have to be in order? What would you say your favorite shows were from this season?
So I think I only hit like 3 shows. I went to Tuner Evo, Summer Chicago, and SE GAT, obviously.
Okay.
GAT, just because of the experience, like 1 week long, just like straight stance cars, that has to be like always up at the top of my list.
Yeah.
Even with like whatever, the cops being more strict this year, like being more stickler.
Yeah.
This was my 3rd GAT. And my first GAT, they were like, if you had underglow on or you're revving excessively, they're gonna come after get you. And then my 2nd GAT, they were the chillest they probably were, and they didn't really give any problems. But this year, they were pulling over for anything. Everything was just like I didn't have the luck to take my car down, but I was in a Jeep and watching like shit happen real time was like you would be
going down the strip on the side of, I think it was a t-shirt shop on the right-hand side. It was a random Evo, drag Evo, had a parachute on the back. And then you would see like 10 bikes fly by. Evo does a pull. Then you would have a random GTI scraping. It is like...
There's a lot more bikes this year than there were all the other years.
Yeah,
A lot of the
that's
bikes
for sure.
popped out. I mean, when we took Donnie's Ducati out there, we trailered it with the Civic on the way back.
What type of Ducati do you have?
It's a 959 Panigale.
Panigale.
Yeah. It's for sale. It's for sale right now.
Oh, Jesus. What are you trying to buy now if you try to get rid of it?
I haven't actually fully decided yet.
V4?
But I think I'm going to get out of bikes for a while just because of, like, well, I didn't really use it a ton this year.
Okay.
Between being busy and then with how just, like, crowded all the roads are, out here by us. And all the drivers, I mean, it's like every time you're going out on that thing, it's potentially a near-death experience.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I have a bike myself, and I haven't ridden it. Yeah, I haven't ridden it all year. It's been kind of, it's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a Honda, though. It's ironic. A Honda. It's a stretch Honda, though, so I've kind of hated by having it. No one's ever seen it. I don't ride it anymore. I just can't.
I was like, I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, I have a bike. It's a stretched. I think it's a long string. I think like 6 to 7 inches.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And it adds a smaller tire on it. It's fast. It's fast as shit.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that. And no, I would never get noticed. I almost got hit by a lady in a Kia Soul.
Oh.
Cause she didn't see me. I mean, I'm like standing at a light, and I have a red and blue helmet, like a dragon helmet, and I'm like, how do you not see me?
Yeah.
And I'm like right in front of you. Oh well, your bike's sitting so low. I'm like, I'm towering over your roof line now. Like you see me, you just didn't care.
Yeah.
Like,
Toaster.
but I agree with you. It's being on a bike is kind of 50-50. I mean, it's 50-50 going in, but it's also like the drivers just do not care anymore.
Yeah, that and everybody's always on their phones when they're driving. Yep. It's a lot of distractions.
Yeah,
so.
that TikTok important.
Yeah.
You gotta get the information, man. Gotta know that next food hack from Wingstop. You need to know it. It's bad, bro. Like it's really bad.
Yeah, it's sketchy. If we lived in an area where it was like less populated, then I would hang on to it. But
yeah, but at least you got your fun out of it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Yeah, and it was a blast to take it out to Gat this year and hit the mountain roads and stuff.
Being on that,
it was
and
so
the Smokies,
fun.
I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't have came back. I never want to come back. So, but that thing,
it was hard to come back.
It had to be fun being on that. It had to be.
Yeah, it was a good time.
You just hear him. We'd be sitting in our cabin, and I'd be like, "Where's Donnie?"
Like, to the echo.
We have our locations just in case we got split up during the drive, and you just hear Donnie go, phew! Going up and down the mountain.
Downshifting. Like, you know that bike. That's the one bike that Ducatis have their own sound.
Yeah.
They're kind of like the Subies.
Yeah, it's
boxer
very rumbly.
sound.
Yeah, it's
you definitely
rumbly.
know it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, don't put me on a Ducati. I have a few bikes that I would want, but I can't do it now. I'm good.
Yeah.
I have a Subaru that's worse. So I'll just keep it. I get enough slander for that damn thing on a daily. I'll just keep it. So, but I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna keep coming back to you, Brandon, man.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I got to.
I was gonna get a bike this year.
What stopped you?
That one.
Yeah.
He stopped me. Once he realized like he had his fun, he's like, well, you're not gonna have anybody to ride with. I don't want you to ride alone.
Yeah,
so
that's.
So you're not getting one. I was like, all right, cool.
He's like, I'm out.
No, but he knows I only wanted one just because like whenever we would go out and he'd always just be on his bike and he's like having the time of his life, dancing at lights, and I'm just like, damn, that looks so fun.
Yeah.
We finally convinced Maddie that I could like get one if I could like find like a cheaper. I was just gonna get like a CBR 600, and just like a nice beginner bike and stuff. And then,
nothing like in 1,000.
And then like after time, we all talking about it, and I was like actually ready to go get a bike. I started seeing all these TikToks of like bike crashes and stuff. And I was like,
yep.
Maybe this is a sign.
Yeah.
So I was like, never mind. But
definitely wasn't it. It was not it after a while.
Yeah.
It's kind of a break. I don't know. Because I had a buddy when I actually got my bike a couple years ago. His name was Austin. He had a ZX10R. That damn bike was nutty. It was I think it was a 3rd gen I think he had a stretch on it too. He had an air shifter. He had nitrous.
Oh gosh.
When you say that damn bike blurred, it blurred. It is just like a
just a blur. Go.
I don't like being in triple digits and not realizing you're in triple digits.
Oh yeah.
So it was a fast bike. Lord rest his soul. He had passing not too long ago. He got into a crash himself. So yeah. So it's kind of like one of those. It's time.
Yeah. Time to relax on the bike still.
Yeah, but they're fun though. If anybody rides, just if anybody can respect the bike, respect the bike.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even the rider most of the time. Sometimes it's the drivers.
Well, whenever I see riders or people riding their bikes, I always try to and I'm in the Civic, I always try to get behind them so I can give them space because other people are just they'll just ride.
Yeah, because as soon as they're lane splitting, most times it's like, oh, here's another biker going between cars, hitting mirrors, doing this. It's like. It's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
You don't know. He's probably doing that because he's trying to get through traffic, or he's trying to do that because he's not trying to get crushed by traffic.
Yeah, right.
So it's kind of like you win some, you lose some. It is illegal, though. So I'm going to say that. We're not California. So lane splitting is illegal here. So if you do it, get caught, it's your ass. It ain't mine.
Right.
Don't hate me. But yeah, it's a different experience. It's probably perfect, though, in the Smokies, I would say.
For sure.
But versus here, here it's it's
just too congested.
Yeah, it's not
too much stop and go.
Definitely a lot of stop and go.
Even just stop and go in my Civic, I'm just
Man, anytime you go to the city in a manual car, bro, it's a challenge. Mm-hmm. Do I really want to sit here for 20 minutes, going back and forth? Oh, they're moving a Mitch. Oh, what? No, we're here for 20 minutes. Damn it! It's kind of bad, but it's different. Definitely now. I don't know. I can do it now. I'm just saying that. I'm brain's just stuck on no. But another thing I will ask, and I'm going to ask you, do you think within the car community now, clout drives everything?
Yes. I feel like that's a weird topic. But I feel like Instagram used to be a lot of pictures, and it was a good place for us to show off all the photographers we know it was work.
Yeah.
So you go. I feel like a couple years ago you go do a shoot, and you get pictures and you're hyped to post on my Instagram.
Yeah.
And a lot of the pages you could get posted to SE as a repost and a nice future, or all the other what's the other ones? Stance Nation.
Yeah.
A lot of people
Stance Nation.
So when you got posted on Stance Nation back then, you were
you
hit
the top.
You were that dog. But now I just feel like it's mainly reels that they pushed, which I was reading an article way back, but they were trying to push Instagram reels and make more creator lifestyle stuff. So I feel like a lot of people saw that as a role to get into doing TikTok and stuff.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, they'll get these followers and they kind of let that number go to their head and whatnot.
Yeah.
And just
definitely does.
I just feel the number of followers and likes ends up getting to people's heads, and it's a lot of it's you have to stay on trend, which causes you to think that somebody who's an OG in the car community who was back around when Stance Nation was really, really popular, they're oh, these kids are only doing it for the trend, and they're just in cars for the trend, and who can have the biggest amount of camber on a static car, or who can have the lowest car. That's
your subframe cracking there, bud. It's cool, but shit.
I'm pretty sure my subframe's cracking, not gonna lie, but
that's
another problem to worry about for another day. But it's clout is it is what it is. To me, it's
like a drug in some aspects of it. I look at it as, because I'm not gonna bash it completely, but it's more of it's good forms of it and then bad forms of it.
Yeah.
The good forms of it is it helping you build and go somewhere else with it.
Right.
The bad is I have more followers than you. I'm this and I'm that. Mm-hmm. It's did you pay your car note this month though?
Right.
Did you pay for your food, or is mom paying for your food? Are those stickers really your stickers? It's really how it is now when it comes down to it.
Big time. When I have a reel that does well, or a picture that does well, I get hyped, but I don't think I'm top dog.
Yeah, I'm God.
I'm most but it's cool to see when the thing you built, I think it's a nice way to give recognition.
Yeah.
Like that's the double-edged sword you're talking about. It's a nice way to give recognition of like, I built this car, I had a vision with it, and other people seem to enjoy my vision as well.
Right.
So it's like, it's a nice morale boost when you have like random people, because my buddy Nick, he always like, dude, he's like, imagine like 30,000 people in a room saying they all liked your car.
Yeah.
He's like, that's insane.
That's different.
And I was like, yeah, that's
different.
insane. I never thought of it that way until they like said it that way.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say shit. It kind of makes me feel old when I say it, but I look at it more. At least for me, when I look at it, even from like a photographer side, I'm doing this to pass this on to the next generation of car guys and girls that are gonna get into it. You know, like, hey, I'm at a light, kids like excited, like, yeah, rev it. I'm like, I'm not gonna rev it, but you know, I'll drive, I'll sugar it.